If you love making money and want to win,
Just cash.
if you love making money and want to win,
Just cash.
we just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we play the just cash. I put my money in a strong position. They try to tell me I can't win, it's just a stupid superstition. Cause when I focus, you will notice that I'm winning. We demolish every bookie, there ain't no competition. Now listen, I would never give you shitty picks and do you wrong. Come and join the Discord, tell these bets and hit the bone. Cooking up a parlay super under center song. We be really winning, this ain't just to make another song. So if you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
we coming in and we taking all the money.
Just cash.
They can't do nothing to stop us.
Just cash.
Hey, fuck these bookies, man.
Just cash.
They wanna limit me cause I win. Label me the enemy cause all I do is win. Just give us a try, this is where it all begins. I'm not gonna lie, all I know how to do is just win. If you love making money and wanna win,
Just
they wanna
cash.
limit me cause I win.
Just cash.
If you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash. Just cash.
Just cash.
love making money and wanna win.
Just cash.
We just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we play the just cash. Love making money and wanna win.
Just cash.
We just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we play the just cash.
Just cash.
No cussing. No cussing. Hello, E.
What's up? Let me fix my camera. I feel like I'm still way too high. Oh, double entendre.
Way too high. What's up, bro?
What's good? What's good, fam? Welcome back. Welcome. It is Just Cash. Talking a little bit of college basketball finals. Super exciting. Love to be here. Sad to see the end of the season, though. Joined as always with Underrated. What's good, man? How was your weekend?
Pretty good. Can't complain. We whooped some ass again, man. We've been on a crazy winning streak with our official plays, and Ayo's here to chill with us, so can't be more happy.
Love to hear it. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We get a short turnaround from last game to the finals, but here we are. It's Monday, nice in the afternoon. Had some pretty good weather here. You can see I'm rocking the beanie. It was quite cool this morning, but it's warmed up. It's supposed to be warmer the rest of the week, and it's also laundry day for me, so I'm keeping it nice and chill.
Oh, laundry day.
Oh yeah. But as you mentioned, we had a great weekend. You know, we had a lot of stuff produced and come through for us. Also, we've been picking up an NPB. I gotta hype them up, man. You're the only one that I know that really does it. But Asian baseball, the NPB, oh man, it's been kind to us. It's been quite kind to us. We had a few hiccups here and there along the way, but so far, you know, it's been really good. And the first 5 innings, unders, all that good stuff we've been attacking. So you have been killing it, good sir. Keep it up.
Well, they need to start giving us some more props, man. Underdog is being super puss. So, we're waiting on that. C-Dot says hit the like button. I know that.
Yes, sir. Yeah. As he mentioned, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out whenever we do go live. Fans, if you're not a part of the Discord, you're missing out. We got a lot of good early access, overnight value, and etc. Still running the 7-day free trial, so make sure you guys can check it out and win some cash with us. Much appreciated, good sir. Much appreciated. All right. Well, so today, I mean, obviously just one game, finals going on. Not really much as far as, options, pretty limited. They did seem to pretty well lower everyone across the board. I mean, it's kind of crazy to see some of these guys down to their prop lines right now. But, I appreciate that. I forgot the little X-Roo in there.
ACD? Is that what it's called? ACD? OCD? Something like that. Yeah, whatever it is. That was a little of that.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's all right. But yeah, I mean, honestly, man, these are some pretty low props. It seems like bookies kind of caught on to the last couple of rounds here and seen some of these guys really underperform. Now, Yaxel was one that we looked at initially, who, for obvious reasons, his rebound alt payout just didn't make any sense. I mean, the fact that he wasn't anything but a 6'5" or below is kind of crazy. But yeah, man, I mean, this even changed again right before we hopped on.
I see that. Wow.
This was 0.63 or 0.64, something like that for the 8.5, and now it's just a bare minimum, not even worth playing anymore. So secured some really, really good value with that. I mean, it just didn't make any sense. Or his even normal line was at 6.5, which is pretty high. So, I mean, everything else is pretty unplayable. It's kind of wild to even contemplate for this much of a difference. I might be on the argument's sake of even taking some of the 4.5 over. But, we might let sleeping dogs lie here and just kind of ride with what we got. So, all in all, though, tonight, don't get carried away with it. It is the last game of the season. No donations or anything like that. I mean, this week will be through and over with in a hurry. And before you know it, we'll be already into the WNBA season, which we got some hot news to talk about for that today as well. And, I think we could still attack the second half lines. Has been some fluky stuff. I know Silas got us this last game with the hook, but we did see Yaxel this last game get a little banged up. He had to sit out for a pretty substantial amount of minutes in the first half. Ended up coming back in and playing the game, looked pretty normal. So, not really sure what to think about that necessarily, but something to kind of keep in the back of your head there, at least as far as upside for us. If he does pick up that nagging injury one more time, that's just kind of a free win for us. So, I mean, as far as full playable lines for him, it does get a little bit more difficult here. We are kind of stretching out for some of the scraps, if you will, being left over on the board. But 8.5, I mean, this was just an obvious play. The best upside for him is probably going to be from his PA. His assist also, I got to shout out 2.5, still pretty low. They do like to attack with guards a little bit more so in this UConn matchup. And we've seen the guards' assist production just take a massive, massive hit in this particular matchup. So the correlation would make a lot of sense there. I'm just unsure about his health status as far as, are they keeping a little bit of the injury stuff on the hush-hush, or is he really 100% good to go? So 8 points, the same thing. It's kind of wild to see him all the way back down to 13.5 points, especially with how well he's played in most of the postseason here thus far. But again, this last game coming up a little bit shy with the injury. Plus, they didn't really need him. I mean, they were pretty well up the entire game, so it wasn't something like they had to fall back on. Now, that could be the same situation for this game as well. Michigan's just beating the brakes off of everybody in the postseason. So if they do get up pretty early, I would imagine Yaxel does go to the bench fairly early. But it's the last game of the season, so, that's hard to see. But yeah, man, I mean, that looked pretty nice. I still wouldn't mind the PRA alts because his does go up a fair amount. But, yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's kind of one of those, if you missed out, just got to let it go on by.
Yeah, man, you said something interesting, too. I didn't really think about it. They whooped the crap out of Arizona without Yaxel. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Morrow's on an absolute tear. Put up 29 points, I believe. And, even with Morez Johnson, he's still been kind of playing a lot more down and lackluster than what we've seen for most of the season. They just had good ball distribution. Everyone else was scoring, and then Morrow was just absolutely unstoppable.
Yeah, he was.
Now, this matchup, obviously, he's not going to be able to get away with some of the stuff that he was doing the last time. I do think Reed has been a phenomenal defender thus far. Now, granted, both of these guys really prone to foul trouble, so this is easily something we could see on one side or the other where somebody picks up 2 early fouls, and then the opposing side just continues to attack that position as much as possible. So there is that, but, I mean, all in all, both of these front courts have been pretty elite. I do think, honestly, Yaxel would have the better scoring upside for this particular matchup. Only having to deal with Caravan on the other side really isn't too much of a problem, but same thing for him, too. Caravan might be in line for a pretty nice game. I mean, he was absolutely terrible the last 2 games. I don't know what was going on with that, but haven't seen Bro at 11.5 points in a really hot minute. So they are dangling some low-hanging fruit here tonight. Let's not kid ourselves about that. But Yaxel, I mean, honestly, same boat for him. Points, PA could be an alternate move for an over, but take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, those damn overs, man. They have a mind of their own. It's
Yeah.
tough to count on that, especially with teams with such good players all the way around. I mean, you never know where Michigan's going to go. Yaxel's hurt. Reed has been the superstar for Connecticut, but if Michigan figures out a way to hold him down a little bit, Caravan could actually do something. But it's hard to know. It's just like kind of guessing. It's gambling, man. I don't like it. I like the unders alted up when we know players aren't going to play or the lines are just too high. So I know you had one other one you were talking about before we got on here, though, that I am interested in looking at is Cadeau, I think.
Yes, sir. Mr. Elliott.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Elliott.
Now, I'm a little upset with myself yesterday for not, maybe even posting just on an interest with his assist under. But I still think we're getting pretty good value for the PRA potential, the downside, if you will. One thing about UConn, we talked about it last slate too, with possibly going underneath on Wagler, his 4.5 assist line, which kind of felt, it felt appropriate for Wagler. Normally we'd have a little bit more interest on the over, but this particular matchup, I mean, he ended the game with 2, and he, Illinois scored quite a few points, so it wasn't like the options in the volume wasn't there for him to get there, but 6.5 is a little bit more risky. This one I'd honestly probably fade, but I think the PRA honestly has a lot of value. I mean, you look at just the baseline, the 22.5. This feels about a point higher than what it should be. And I mean, look at him on the season. He's really only been producing here more so in the postseason. Now, I mean, some of these you got to think they were easier matchups, a lot faster pace matchups. Even going up against Tennessee, compared to the pace they're getting over the last 2 games here, has been quite a bit more. But he really did a lot of damage, with the assists and the RA, which I think is something that he is more dangerous with right now. But, I mean, this is one of the matchups that they have just been so good about limiting the assist production to guards. They just don't allow them to kick it down onto the inside to be able to get a free cut to the basket. Like, UConn just does not do that. So he could be a little bit more dangerous just overall, I think, with the scoring upside. But, I mean, you look at him so far this season, he's been such a random, sporadic scorer. A couple good games, again, postseason matchups here, but a couple really good games sprinkled in with a lot of really bad games, like really, really bad games. And this little stretch here is whenever Yaxel was hurt too. So, you kind of cut off the first half of the season here, and really it's just been in the postseason where he's producing any kind of double-digit scoring-wise numbers. I think it's a really tough matchup for him. It does not favor the RA aspect, which he's been getting a unreal amount of here in the postseason. I think this comes back down to earth. I mean, yes, I know last game Stojakovic ended up getting us with the rebounds, so maybe that could be a dangerous part of him too to consider. But I mean, you look at that so far this season. This is a pretty high line for him. 3.5 rebounds is more appropriate than what it should be. He's only averaging 2.7. So I just don't have the faith in him, man. I mean, he's been a streaky shooter. If his assist takes a massive hit here, which has been one of his biggest upsides so far, like cut this in half. And if we're talking about just points and rebounds, I'll take my chances with him having a good scoring game as opposed to him just having a good, well-rounded game.
Yeah, I like that, actually. I mean, he really got to come through. The only thing, I guess, that looks like, I know he had a really good game. Let's see, last game, he just played more. I think he had a little more usage with Yaxel kind of hurt. So,
yeah,
I don't know. I think if Yaxel is healthy or healthier, I think of those unders is a pretty good look, man. And also, like you said, his 22.5 is just, where did they even get that? It should be, if you add up their PRA, it's 20.5. I know there's juice on the over on the rebounds and on the assists and the points, but still 22.5 is pretty high. And then you altered up another 2. Feels pretty good, man, for real. I do not. But
that was also, if I'm not mistaken, with both of his original lines, and then they bumped him down. Yeah, see, he opened at 10.5 points. He went to 11.5, and then they released all the other lines. But his assist was at 7.5. It's teetered back and forth. And did it just bump back to 7.5? I think it bumped while we were talking actually initially. But yeah, his points and his assists have already gone down basically once each already. So like, why hasn't the PRA moved?
I don't know, but it's
And for
not
full
bad.
payout?
Yeah, for full payout. That's what I was gonna say too. That might be just one to kind of, just for a little bit of action. That under 22.5 isn't bad for that payout.
Yeah.
I'll probably throw a little something on that. I like that. Just to play the value. It's nothing that, can play too much on, but I think it's nice.
Yeah, man. And it's kind of telling too. I mean, you see the difference between how his odds breakdown look from the next line. Like that doesn't make any sense right here. Goes all the way down to a 0.72 and then the 0.68 for one more after. Like that makes a little bit more sense, but going from a full to 0.72, like that's insane.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think the 22.5, might be something worth playing here. Oh, I see they just dropped MPB on here too, which is cool. Now they do have 6 players with unders, but I will say I think today is just a little bit different of a day but I want to check because what they've been doing is just copying Prize Picks, and I think that's probably what they did again. Although I do like one of these plays, actually 2 of these plays, but I don't love them. But we can look at those later. But you could play one of them with the under on good old Cadeau. I think we should look around and try to find the best price at a normal payout. You know what I mean? Like some site at 22.5. Like, is it 23.5 somewhere maybe? Or probably not, actually.
Let me see. I'm not used to getting to use this all season, but we have the PRA alts for here. Oh, look at that. 22.5 minus 120.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I would check around for that. I mean, the 24.5 is still obviously good, but like you said, the payout in comparison isn't the best. So I don't know. I'm kind of split between those two. You could play both of them.
That's true.
You could play both of them. And that's kind of what I was trying to get at strategy-wise a little later. Well, the season ended before we got to it, but I think for WNBA we can be doing that too. Yeah, they don't have it here, but I don't know, man. Official? Kind of like it.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's the last game of the season. If he goes out and has himself a great game, cool. But we still also haven't seen. We touched on Morez, man. Whenever he comes to play, like the extra scoring on the table is just not there for anybody else. Like if one of the other guys continues to play well, either that be Mara or Morez, assuming Yaxel isn't hurt, because if Yaxel's hurt, then that kind of throws all this out the window. But if they're all healthy and they just have a normal game and or somewhere between 80% of a normal game, this dude is the last person that's going to get there scoring wise.
There you go. Do we want to go full or half? Since we're playing the normal.
Yeah, we'll go full. Why not?
All right. Elliot,
Last game
we're
of
putting
the
a hex
season.
on you. What's that?
Last game of the season. Can't hold anything back now.
Let's go. C-Dot said, don't forget about DZ going crazy in soccer. Join the Discord. And Big Kev's here.
Yes, sir. Hey, love to see it. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate it.
10 likes.
Shout out to Big DZ, man. He definitely is super excited this other league started up play again and started the weekend off hot. So love it.
Hey, I see that number over there on that screen says 73.45 units. That's not bad for a season there, I must say.
No, not at all. And like we were talking about the other day, that was also with us being pretty cautious the first half of the season. I think the first 2 months or so, we basically just had anything was a max of like half of units. So we easily could be over 100 units had we started this like even just 1 month sooner than what we did.
Truth. I will say though, with this Cadeau 1 unit, I think maybe now that I look at it again, since we can play, if we play Cadeau, on Underdog, if you do 2 picks, 3.5x makes that 0.72 actually feel a little better, because if you play it with a normal play, it's 2.52. So that's not bad. I think maybe we should do a half for each. What do you think about that? 24.5 and 22.5?
Sure. Yeah. I'm totally down for that.
All right, let's do that, because 0.72 doesn't feel great in comparison to a full payout, but at the same time, underdogs payouts are so nice that it's still playable. So let's just do it.
That's true. Speaking of underdog, let's see if they had anything juicy for today. They have a 30% boost, $50 max, and then if you haven't done the earn a boost, there is a 50% $10 max. Looks like there's a couple things. Here.
You and your boost, so jealous.
I had to get the other phone for that one.
Yeah, right.
All right, so yeah, I think I like that. Getting a little half and half on both of those.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, well, let's keep it going. So we already talked about Yaxel. I mean, we covered Elliott with all of that. So let's talk about Mr. Reed. We're looking at, again, the under 11.5. I'm not sure why they gave us that as an option one more time, but we will gladly take it. Now, I think that one was also pretty well nerfed into the ground. So let's see if we had anything still with that. Oh, no. Okay, it is available. So for 0.73, that one went down just a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay, yeah. From 0.76. And then the kind of weird lateral move, his PRA odds got slightly better. It went up by 1.73. Which honestly, I mean, the 31.5, 32.5 kind of feel like a little bit one and the same, but the 32.5 did have a slightly higher hit rating overall. But I mean, honestly, either one of these, still pretty high for him. You know, this last game, he got a little bit scary there with the rebounds. He did end the game with 11, but he also ended up with a lot of very favorable offensive rebounds at the second half of the game. You know, he only had one going in a half, and he ended up with 2 in like the last 3 minutes. So got a little bit scary there, but I think it's still honestly a great look. They're not going to be able to get away with nearly as much isolation like he had last game. You know, Mara's going to be all over him. I mean, he's an absolute monster of a rebounder, but he's going to have a little bit of downsize going up against Mara. Mara's a big boy, so going to be tough there. And again, you know, dude, Terrace Reed is due for a foul game. I know we've been talking about it and trying to speak it into existence, but this dude is a foul machine for so much of the season. He's been very fortunate with the postseason thus far. This could easily be another one. You know, we know Michigan likes to get into the basket / get to the free throw line as much as possible. If Mara and Morez and Yaxel, all three of those guys getting active, man, this is going to be a tough spot for him. They're going to crisscross applesauce him as much as they possibly can, trying to get him out of the paint. So I think it's still honestly just a great play for us. The PRA, maybe I'm leaning into a little bit more so. Yes, I know Mara can get into a bit of foul trouble from time to time, but he's been playing really good basketball. So, you know, in general, I think this is going to be a great matchup for them to kind of shut Reed down a little bit more so. We thought last game that, you know, Illinois would draw up some more defense against him, and they just did not, man. Teams are not respecting him at all in the scoring aspect. Like, this dude cannot put up more than 15 points or you're going to be losing or trailing at least. But I think these guys have way bigger of a front court than at least Illinois did. So it makes sense for them to try and limit his production here, put it on the outside. We know that Solo Ball was questionable coming into today. He is off the injury report, but same situation between him and Yaxel. There is a little bit of underlying injury. So, yeah, stick to the game plan, man. Limit Terrace Reed, and you can beat UConn. That's all you have to do is limit this guy.
Right. And it wasn't that difficult in the regular season. I mean, we didn't even look at his points and play his over and feel confident barely ever all season. So now his lines are crazy high because they have been going to him. But, I mean, I feel like we have a pretty good shot. I'd say, you know, with my funny percentages, but I would guess I would say we got like a 30 to 40% chance that he gets in foul trouble. And that would just kill his props right off the bat. So
Yeah.
I feel, Michigan, man, he's going to have to do a lot playing the defense too. And yeah, foul trouble could come very quick and easy. And that under could look real nice. So I think that's way too high. The rebounds were way too high. I really like that play a lot. I'd be surprised if we lose this play. Very, actually.
Yeah, honestly. And, yes, it is the last game of the season, but if the Michigan trend continues, they're just absolutely destroying these teams in the postseason. So this could be another one of those, dare I say, if they get up by 18, 20 points, he's another player we've seen a lot of the times in the season where he will mentally check out in the middle of the game. Or if he gets in that early foul trouble, frustration stuff, this dude checks out of the game a lot of the time. So I think it's going to be a tough one for UConn. I mean, they've been playing some really good basketball, but, Michigan has been an absolute monster all season.
Isn't that fun, man? We saw Yaxel last year and how he did at the smaller school UAB, and then he comes over to Michigan, and it looked like at the beginning of the season he was just chilling. He was just another player. I was like, damn, maybe he's not as good as I thought he was. And I look at it though now. I know he was a little injured at the beginning of the season, and also his attitude was he kind of played it right. I feel like he came in and just passed more than normal. He just kind of got in where he fit. And slowly but surely now he's become their best player, and it's kind of cool to see how he did it. He's kind of a little bit cocky, a little more than I thought this last few games. He's been saying kind of some things. I'm like, man, this dude thinks he's a little too cool, but I got to give it to him. He has been that cool. So,
yeah, man. I mean, it's the whole team. They've been just playing really well all season long. Had a couple of upset games, upset losses, but outside of that, especially when they played at home, I mean, it was an absolute just whooping from start to finish.
Now, can people compare him to the Fab Five, like as being that good? I know they're not as fun, but they're pretty dang fun. They do have a lot of cool players. I mean, their guards are they're average, I guess, but they seem to come through when they need to. Kind of rotate those guards and small forwards, and they've actually been doing what they need to do.
Yeah, they do just enough to not be, underwhelming and earn their keep while they're out there on the court. But I mean, basically every given night we had just pretty much two of the starters putting up somewhere close between 15 to 20 points a game, and then the rest of mostly the starting four. But even some of these bench guys, when called upon, they've been able to go out and put up somewhere between 9, 12 points, something like that. So it's really just whenever the whole team doesn't play well, for obvious reasons, but the vibe will be off or whatever is going on with the team. And we've seen that from a game to game, but they've looked unbelievable in the postseason so far. I mean, some of the players who should have been playing well all season are doing it now. And then pretty much any given night, 3 out of the 5 starters play a really good game. I mean, bro, it's been cake.
Yep. I think they'll do it again. That's another thing. Their money line's not a bad play either.
No, for sure. We were getting pretty good odds yesterday. I mean, it's fluctuated a little bit here. I think pretty well on average, somewhere between 290 and 310s in that range. So roughly, we'll say minus 300. But I know we did snipe it whenever it was 280, I think, with a first 5 thing that we have already locked up in the first part of the parlay. So get a little bit in on that money line if you haven't already. And I would like to take the total under, but I do fear just Michigan alone is such a threat to put up almost 80, 90 points by themselves still. Matchup be damned. That really hasn't mattered. So that one's a little bit more scary, but I could see them winning by 7 today. I could see that. I mean,
sorry, I had to get up. My dog started barking. Say again. I'm sorry.
The spread as well, only minus 6.5 points. I mean, technically, if this was their line every single postseason matchup, you'd be rich.
Right. Q Doggy's here. What's up, bro? He says solo ball under PRA alt. Let's look at that. That's interesting. Solo ball. man, he's so inconsistent and strange. He's been down more than up lately, but seemed like last game he kind of, I don't know, man. He kind of put it together a little bit. I feel like, he's been coming through these last few games. I know he had a terrible stretch, but I don't know. He's a little scary. But 17.5, what's that look like, though? Might be a little too high for him to even get to. Yeah, has.
No, it's pretty high. I mean, if he is still compromised, there's a real good chance that maybe he sees somewhat of a reduction in minutes. But I mean, they do seem fairly confident that he is going to play and start. So, not really sure what to think about that. I mean, this is undeniably a higher line for what we've seen, at least in him in the postseason. But some of that is kind of skewed. Coach sitting him early, a couple of these blowouts too haven't helped that out.
Wait. Sorry, Q Donkey has 17.5. I don't see that anywhere. What am I looking at here? You can get 17.5? No. 15.5 maybe he means.
Yeah. Well, if you can get the 17.5, that would make a little bit more sense. But
yeah. Interesting. Q Donkey, let us know, man. What did you mean by that? 17.5. Did you mean? Oh, he says, good season, appreciate the looks. Yeah, man, good season. Appreciate you coming through with all your plays and insight, too. It helped a lot. It was fun. For sure.
Yeah, with him, man, it's just really scoring dependent, obviously, first, but his RA sometimes can just be so all over the place. Like, that's a really low prop for him. I mean, only at 3.5, that's unbelievably low. The scoring has been a little bit better for him lately. I mean, 3 games in a row with double digits, and coming off of the stinker, he had 0 against UCLA, but he also only played 13 minutes. I think he was hurt that game where he got into foul trouble, but he is streaky, but oh my goodness, these are some low lines to go under. Unbelievably low lines.
He said, damn, he was on Underdog this morning at 0.71, 17.5. Wow. That would have been nice for sure. That's a little too high for him.
Yeah, that would have been a great look.
I missed
Feels
that.
like they're pushing us off of any possible unders for this game now.
Besides Reed and the Cadeaux too.
Yeah.
Yax was gone. But I mean, you can play Reed and Cadeaux in a 2-pick if you want a little more action if you don't have any yet.
Yeah. I think those are totally fine. I mean, this would definitely be a game to go with a little bit more of your gut calls and leans. I mean, we did get some great value locked up early, and still with the Reed option and Elliott, I think that's totally fine for a 2-picker if you haven't got anything in the game yet. But outside of that, it sucks that we're almost having to look at overs because these lines are just so low right now. I will say Caravan, 11.5 points is pretty damn low for him. I mean, again, if they try and really focus in on Reed, he's going to have some kind of help. Caravan's coming off 2 really bad games. He has not had 3 consecutive bad games all season. He really hasn't had just but these 2 recent consecutive bad games. So this is like extra outlier for him right now. He's still playing the minutes. I mean, he went out and played 35 minutes. Like, that has not changed whatsoever. So dude is going to be out there for the majority of the game. This might be my sleeper play of the day, honestly, man.
Caravan?
Yeah. It's really low. I know the shot volume's been kind of crap, but if there was a time that they need him to step it up, this would be it. And again, he has not had all season 3 consecutive bad games. Barely even the 2. That just happened. But it's an over. It's an over. Let's see. There was one other.
I will say we do have kind of a lot of looks for one game, and we have 13 likes. Let's go.
Oh, let's go. Appreciate it, fan. Appreciate it. There was 2 super degen plays. This is pure degen only because the minutes are going to be so random. But this Eric Reeby guy, 2.5 points. I know it's 2.5, but this
Yeah.
dude does not play any time on the court. He in any close games, I mean, at best, he's playing 8 minutes. So last couple games, I mean, 7-7-5. These are all the more competitive games that, they didn't get the blowout chance like with UCLA, and he played 10 minutes. Super degen play, but still, this guy is going to play like 5 minutes today, 6
I
minutes
know.
at best.
Trust me, I was looking at that too. If it was 3.5, I'd snatch it up. But is he not a 3-point shooter? Might be even good at 2.5.
I don't think so.
If he doesn't shoot threes, that might be something to play for fun.
Big Reby. Yeah, not a 3-point shooter.
Okay. I don't hate it then, man. He needs 2 buckets. Unless he gets fouled and it gets in one, but yeah. Why not?
I mean,
this is even the closer. But wait, will he play more if Reed gets in foul trouble? Was that the deal?
It's possible. It is definitely possible.
7'1". They might need him a little more too. You think?
Yeah.
Against Michigan or no?
I mean, they definitely could. They have a couple of other options that maybe they go to, but yeah, I mean, it would really just kind of backfire if Reed got into foul trouble. But if he doesn't, bro's not gonna play many minutes.
2.5. That sounds like a fun one. It's like a nerfy.
Yeah.
But he does need 2 buckets. He does need 2 buckets. He
Right,
does
right,
need
right.
2 buckets.
So that was an
Alright.
interesting one. I was looking at some of these other guys like Jaden Ross. He is a little bit more of a sniper. He could definitely get you.
Yeah, he plays too many minutes too.
Trey McKinney, also low-key one of the better players that have been coming through for Michigan off the bench. This would be one that I would consider. They had him at 8.5 points earlier, so I don't know how I feel about 9.5 points. But low-key, dude's been kind of a bucket off the bench, so
He has.
I'm not even mad at that plus money play.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did we get a better for the PRA? Okay, 11-5. Man, see, they know they're not even giving us a good option for the alt line.
Nah,
That's okay.
these are one of those ones where we're like, oh, this is the end of the last game of the season. We want to get more in. Oh, man. Oh, no. Feeling good with what we got already.
Did we get anything interesting for first half stuff? Okay, so I mean, hey, even Elliott's his first half 10.5 PRA line. That's not bad there either.
Look at Yaxel.
Yeah, 10.5 as well. That's kind of wild to see them in the same line.
That's what I'm saying. How is it 10.5? His normal is 23.5 with juice on the over. Why is this half 10.5? Not that I want to play an over now, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah, and I have noticed though, on Prize Picks is being a lot lower on the live plays. Obviously, you've been noticing too. Underdog has everything too high for the live second half plays, and Prize Picks is the opposite. But that 10.5 is not bad, although he is injured and it's an over. So.
You're
down.
not wrong.
But it is too low. It does look like a mistake.
Two negatives equal a positive, right?
Yeah,
Am I right?
hey, I don't know, man. That does look like a mistake.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. We could definitely get a little something on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially considering his points by itself is 6.5. I mean, they're not giving him any credit for RA.
Yeah, exactly. What is his RA?
Okay.
Just for fun. His normal RA is 8.5. So I guess
Yeah.
I guess it's making sense. It's just funny when you look at it at 10.5. It should probably be 11.5, I guess.
Or the 12.5 like Underdog has.
Oh wow, but they only have higher. But yeah, still, yeah, it's 10.5 is too low.
I like that. Yeah, it's a nice little value play right here.
We just want to get some news that he's feeling pretty dang good. I know he's not on the injury report, right?
Technically speaking, yes, he's not on.
Right.
Neither one of those guys are on the injury report.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, if you guys got any comments, questions, by all means, throw them down below with the last game here. We'll definitely get to anything that you guys have some interest in. But let's talk about a little bit of WNBA news we got today. Now, this was something that I called verbatim. Was it yesterday or the day before? Where are we at? But Angel Reese getting traded to the Atlanta Dream this morning. That was quite the thing to see. But yeah, I called that yesterday around 2:30 in the afternoon. I said Reese and ATL will be dope. They need a new big and/or center because Bree Jones is still going to be hurt for a while. And sure enough, she's going back to ATL, getting closer back to home in LSU and all that good stuff. So that's cool, man. Honestly, I'm excited for her. I'm excited for hopefully Chicago in the near future when they change their management. But I'm more excited for Cardoso. I mean, she's been an absolute stud for us in times of need and whenever Reese was not playing. So it's kind of cool. Obviously Reese wasn't happy with being in Chicago, so thankfully they were able to work her out. I think they got away with a pretty good deal. Honestly, maybe even finessed them a little bit. They had to give up a 2027 and 2028 first-round draft pick, so nothing from this current draft class, which is kind of interesting. I figured they would have pushed a little bit more for that, but yeah, going to Atlanta, going to be joining Ryan Howard and company. And, Atlanta, if you were with us last year, was my dark horse of the season. We ended up with their season-long games won 19.5 over. That was easy cash money. I believe they were third going into the postseason. So love to see it. I think this is a great opportunity for her. And after this year, if things work out with her being there, she can sign a super contract. And, I wouldn't be surprised to see them possibly let go of Alicia Gray and keep Ryan Howard. But tomato, it's going to be kind of sweet to see all three of those play together.
It will be interesting. They should just get rid of Griner. Boo.
Yeah, Griner won't be with him at the for this season. I'm fairly confident she's going to go in. I don't think she was a part of that trade, but I wouldn't be surprised either.
You should retire.
Should. Keyword being should. Also, two other little bits of news. Washington, they fired their GM, so we'll be getting a little bit more change in upper management, which I got to say, I'm super excited to see Georgia Moore back with Washington and that young squad this season. I think they are going to have a great rebuild year, and really looking forward to seeing those young Bucks play. But the other bit of news was we got...
Qdocky says Griner to Moscow.
Right. Yeah, send her back over
there. Hopefully she's smarter this time. John says, do you think Terrace Reed 15-7 is a trap? I got it boosted on 365 to plus 200. I mean, he should get 7, but 15 points is, plus 200 though. Plus 200.
Yeah, I'm imagining that's probably from a Bet365 payout. I think those are totally worth it, man. I mean, most of the ones that they've offered so far for that particular payout bonus has come through. We're truly just sweating the 15 plus from him. The rebounds, he should easily get somewhere between 8 and 10. Not 12 though. Not 12. Not that.
Not 12. Although he could, but probably not.
Yeah, it could happen.
The more I look at Cadeau, the more I like it too. 24.5. Come on, bro.
It grows on you, right?
Yeah, dude, it's too high. It's just that payout's a little on the low side, but still, those underdog payouts make it worth it. I just put it in with the MPB play. We'll see. I'll post those up later.
So there was two other things I kind of wanted to talk about. Did they have... No, where are the women's draft? Did we take that away? Oh, no, here we go. All right, so two things real fast. One of them that I think is honestly pretty interesting, and looks like the odds moved around a little bit more in favor of this. So they have Fudd as the number 1 draft pick, but bro, I'm looking at this from upper management position. So Dallas has already come out and said that they are planning on re-signing Arike, and they're planning on keeping her there in Dallas. So if we have Paige and Arike there is no way they're drafting Fudd first. Like, there's absolutely no way. It would make no sense in this world. And they just got rid of Louisa, their backup center, which we know the love-hate thing between McCowan and Dallas has been ongoing for the last several years. So I really wouldn't be surprised to see, bro, them pick up one of these centers. I'm really tempted to take kind of a, not really a pray and spray, but somewhere between Fam, Betts, and Olivia here, taking a sprinkle on any of these to go first over Fudd, because I do not see Dallas drafting her first. I think if Dallas does not pick her up, Minnesota is assuredly picking her up on pick 2. But it doesn't make any sense though, right? Like, why would you pick up a third guard?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Just to
Not
stockpile
only-
them.
Well, not only that, but like, what kind of a contract are they going to be able to offer Arike that isn't likely a supermax contract? Because Paige still can't get one for another year. And then if Arike just settles and stays there, like, how much of a disservice and how much of a pay cut is she taking personally for what? To play on a tanking team? Like, that, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. John says,
So-
what about Yaxel most points scored in a game plus 600?
It is interesting. I mean, I could see him totally do it, but I got a feeling about Morez today, man. I don't know what it is. Him specifically, I think him and Caravan Loki have a great game today.
Caravan,
What
love
else,
you
though?
have.
Yeah, Yaxel just being hurt, man, really just kind of puts me off of that.
You
But yeah.
and your caravan. You and
Anyways,
caravan
so
sitting
that
in
was
a
my
tree.
that was my WNBA rant, at least for the first picks. But one last little thing: the regular season wins. We got a bit of news. It could be just coach speak, but I do feel like they should go into a full rebuild here. For Seattle, they were already speculations about Skylar Diggins and NECA possibly not being there with them next year. I think it makes total sense. They are due for a rebuild. Their coach, they let her go as well. So we're kind of starting all over here. Are they really trying to hang on to some vetted players that should deservedly be on a higher contract in a better, situation, if you will? Kind of surprised we didn't see some moves from them also with the expansion draft stuff, but both going to be potentially on the trade block. I mean, they got Seattle at 23.5 total season wins. There's only 44 games in the season, so that's really tempting. I mean, this is not something that they would normally leave up for a team that's on a rebuild. I mean, you can see Dallas, even by themselves, is at 19.5. So I might have to take a little bit of this under here. I mean, I know they got Malonga, but if they are not going for actual trades to pick up good players and they're just going for draft picks, this is a full unit play right here. Full unit.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
We need one like, E.
One like, appreciate it, fam. Supporting us as always. Uno mas. We're gonna get us a nice little sweep in today. But books were pretty quick about adjusting to the trade news thus far. I know, like, for example, whenever Reese was confirmed that she was going to be with Atlanta, Atlanta's odds for winning the championship went from plus 2,000 down to plus 1,000. Like, immediately.
John says Phoenix 28.5 minus 105 on stake. I'm thinking of going under. Under 28.5 wins Phoenix.
Yeah, so that's another one really keep your eye out for, because they have a couple of players they could potentially really be losing this season to a couple different rebuilds. Now, obviously, they're going to end up probably keeping like Satu. I think they should keep Copper, but I don't know if they're going to commit to the trio again this year, or if they can afford to do that. That's really, I think, going to depend a little bit more on the players themselves, like how selfish do they want to be as far as making money, and then where do they want to stand as far as like building a dynasty or a franchise or whatever, if you will. But that one is tempting. I mean, they dealt with a lot of injuries this last year and probably should have had some more wins than what we really saw in the first half of the season. So that one, I will say, keep in the back pocket. That one in Seattle, I'm gonna have just queued up as much as possible until we get news for that.
Okie dokie. Dokie dokie. What do we got? 2 hours till the game? Till tip?
Yeah, it says it's at 8:49 Eastern, so I'm thinking the game probably won't tip off until actually like 9 o'clock, but we'll see.
Oh, wow.
We'll see.
That's late. It's late for y'all
It
over
is.
there, right?
Yeah, our East Coasters, yeah.
Yeah, those East Coasters got to get up and go to work, man. I got to watch the game till 11:30. I guess that's normal for you guys.
Oh, yeah. Well, with it being the last game of the season, I might get a couple drinks in me as well, so we'll see. We'll circle back to Eve for in a couple hours.
Listen to John Smart Better. He says, I managed to snag links over 27.5 earlier and under 30.5, so that's great. I can honestly see both cashing. But worst case, he loses 50. Baller.
Smart man. Smart man. Alrighty. Well, that's pretty much it for today, honestly. We're keeping it light and chill. It's the last game of the year. We're just going to be a bit more of a spectator, but it's been a great season. I mean, still 70-plus units. Cannot be mad at that whatsoever.
If Michigan wins, I have my tiebreaker a little too high, but I have it the highest in my pool. 175 entries. I am in 4th place right now with Michigan winning. There's only one other team with Michigan winning that can beat me. But I can come in 2nd if they score 153 total or higher. So I'll be cheering for some scoring tonight. And unders on all our props somehow. Hopefully all of it will happen. Don't know how, but I will hope.
Go bench, guys. Go.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, really, it's just Cadeau we have under and Reed. So just go the other guys.
Yeah. Easily. And keep Yaxel out there just long enough to be in the game, and then if he gets hurt after a certain point, we'll live with that.
Yes, sir. John got Michigan winning too. Yes. I mean, it's sports, so you never know. But I think most people are on Michigan.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a couple places that were tweeting out that a majority of the field is taking UConn to either cover or for an upset, but man, it's tough. Both of these coaches have been here before, but I think Michigan's just a better team, man. They've been all season.
Yeah. Could be close though. We shall see. It's going to be interesting. We'll see how the second half props too. Maybe they'll give us something nice.
Yeah, I hope so. All right, y'all. We are going to skedaddle. We appreciate it. As always, it's been a great college basketball season. I'm sad to say this is going to be our last stream for this, but we will be back. We'll definitely figure out a better streaming schedule. Obviously going into a bit of a hiatus here with WNBA just about a month away. Once we are back into WNBA, we're for sure going to be Monday through Friday, probably some Friday night streaming as well, maybe a couple two a days during the week. So we're really going to ramp it up here. We'll be back later on this week, I think, just to talk over possibly some MPP stuff. Hey, might have to get a little guest appearance from Underrated here for that, but we'll play it by ear. We'll definitely keep streaming, keep content going for you guys, and behind the scenes stuff. Make sure you're tapping in with us. Check out the Discord. Still running the 7-day free trial for it. We got all kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes, also outside of basketball as well. So don't miss out. But we will catch you guys back here later. Good luck tonight on all your bets, and we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
I hate you.
Just
Fuck you, Brad Pitt. I hate you. Fuck you, Brad Pitt. I hate you. Fuck you, Brad Pitt. I hate you. Fuck you, Brad Pitt.
But I've had enough.